sports fans. Ben from Ben's Hang-Ups here. Well, we're back on the road again. Nice day. Decided, hey, let's pack a little picnic basket here. Get the cooler hooked up. We'll just take off, maybe see us a little sight or two, have a bite to eat. How many of you remember the old Pontiac? Yeah, I had a couple Pontiacs in my lifetime. But we're going to a place kind of like that, but I don't think it's named after that same Pontiac. But we're going to go visit there, and we're going to take you with us, see what we can see there. Hopefully, be a good trip. Hope you enjoy it too. Anyway, it's a nice day, and we're on our way, and we're going to see you guys down the road. Well, we're in Elkhart County. To be a little bit more specific, we're in York Township, Elkhart County, Indiana. We're heading to Bonnyville Mills. That's right. Beautiful country back here. Of course, partly Amish around too. But as you can see, this is a beautiful drive. Really enjoyed the drive. Beautiful day, at least we're starting out that way. And this is Mill Park, Bonnyville Mill Park. A lot of bicycle riders down here. Clubs come out and ride the trails. A lot of people walk the trails here. When we pulled in, there was a wedding going on. It didn't last very long, and they pulled out. Good thing. So we're going to grab us a little parking spot here. We're going to mosey around. You can see there's a flower club out here, a painting art club. They're meeting out here, doing their thing in the garden. This mill was built in 1832 and is a 2.5-story building, and including, plus there's a basement. And that's a stone foundation, timber frame building. Now, this mill was converted to electric power in 1919, and it was restored here in Elkhart in 1970. And we're right outside the town of Bristol, Indiana. In the mid-1830s, that was when Edward Bonny, born in Hillsborough, New York in 1807, it isn't hard to imagine that the allure of staking a claim in northern Indiana frontier was an attractive proposition for a young man during that time. Records appear to indicate that he was married in 1832 to Maria Van Frank back in New York, but nothing ever was mentioned of her again in any of the records. Well, Bonny bought this 800 acres of land for $600. How'd you like a bargain like that today? Not a bad deal, huh? Yep, but right here in Bristol, Indiana. His dream at the time was to make this town as big as Chicago. Well, that didn't happen. The railroad didn't come through town when it was built. They put their money and their backing behind canals. Well, we know how that worked out. Now, this is the little Elkhart River, runs through here. As you can see, it's been dammed up here and there, and it runs under the mill. And it's just part of the Elkhart River, by the way. But you can see it's way down this time of year. You can't see any water flowing. I noticed some of the other rivers in the area, St. Joe River, biggest river in this area. It's down quite a bit right now. And I seen something move back here, but darned if I can see it now. Yeah, Mr. Bonny was quite a character, but things get a bit worse for him. The railroad didn't come through town, well, neither did the canal. Things grew worse. Bonny, some sources say he was fined and charged with assault in 1839. He moved out in 1841. Some say he bought a tavern hotel. Yeah, you'll hear about a little bit more about Mr. Bonny and his escapades as we go along. Yeah, he was quite a boy. He was a sheriff for a while. That's right. Worked as a sheriff. Was also found guilty of counterfeiting. He went undercover to apprehend some counterfeiters after that. It's quite a life the boy had. If you ever get a chance, you might look that up. Now, we're down in the basement area. And here they're showing some of the stones and so forth, the wheels. Just a nice display, well lit. Bonny was in Illinois when he was indicted for murder. He was later acquitted. Then he became the postmaster. Wrote a book, The Murderer's Doom. How about that one? In 1863, he was still working as a bounty hunter and a detective. He decided to enlist in the Civil War. Big mistake there, Mr. Bonny. It was during the siege of Vicksburg, Mississippi, where he received a leg wound that eventually killed him. Well, you'll hear a little bit about his burial, or where we think it might be a little bit here. We'll see what happened. What was that, the stalker? These are some of the grains they mill here. 4 of them there that they mill. Probably mill more than that.
The gates to the water wheel are attached to this wheel, so I control the gates on them. This is a model of what it looks like for our water wheel. These are its gates, and so right now they're closed. And I'll try to open them up and let water come through, which then it will push that runner wheel inside. Just like that. And so this is your drive shaft. That's that pole, the number 3 right back there. So I'll attempt to get it to go. No guarantees.
So you got low water today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this time of year.
And it doesn't look like it wants to work today.
Not gonna go for us.
I don't think so. Alright. Oh, it thought about it.
It didn't look like much was flowing out there.
Yeah. It would work this last weekend it worked.
Did it?
If I, that gear that I was messing with, raises your top stone up higher. So, last weekend I was doing that, and that would help the stone to move, to get going. But just doesn't want to do that today.
Not enough power.
Yeah.
Not enough power out there. Okay.
Yeah.
What else you got to show us?
So that stone in there is granite. Then it's one whole piece.
Okay.
The stones over in that wooden tub are original to the mill from 1837. And they're French fir. And we still use that stone to grind everything else that's in that case. So the one I was trying to start, we do just corn on because we need this red sifter for it. Because that's attached to all of this. And then, what else? Some other things that are still original are the big wooden beams above you guys, and then the staircase right back there are still original.
Very good. Start that again.
I'm not sure if you like history or not, but Edward Bonny was the man who built this mill in 1837. He wanted this area to be like Chicago, but that never happened.
No.
So he turned to counterfeiting.
Oh, he did?
Yep. And then he also sold this mill to 2 people at the same time. And then he actually got in trouble for counterfeiting. And so he was on his way to jail to Indy, but he escaped. And then he went to Illinois and lived with Mormons. And then Joseph Smith, he died, and then he was kicked out of the Mormon development. And then he became a bounty hunter and wrote a book and fought in the Civil War.
Oh my God.
Yep. He was a very interesting guy.
I would think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then-
The two guys he sold this to, how'd they fare?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
No.
You probably wanted to kill him.
Yeah. That's why he was on his way to jail. Yep. And then my coworker, she also said that they have a grave here in the Bonnyville Cemetery for Edward Bonny, but they also have a gravestone in Chicago for him. So it's like, actually don't know where he's buried.
Well, maybe they cut his head off.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
possible.
Yeah. So this place, a lot of mysteries.
Quite a mystery. This is interesting. Now, see, I'd never known that if I wouldn't have talked to you, right?
In the mill, it's also said that this whole building was put up in one day by 100 men.
Really?
Yep, that's what's been said.
Okay, I'm gonna let you off the hook. Now, I add to that story a little bit. Built in one day, but Bonny had all the equipment. He had everything that went in the mill, all the machinery and so forth to operate it. So it was already here, just waiting for the mill to be built. Now, you will notice when you go through the mill that a lot of the items are numbered. Usually 1 through 7. And they have a guide sheet that you can take with you that will explain to you what each one is. Now, this looks interesting. Another display of artifacts. Different grains and different packages than what's used in the day. Oh my God, what is that? There's an artifact and a half. Well, from the first floor, we'll just mosey up to second floor. We like to mosey along, you know. I'll probably make this floor no smoking, imagine that. Now, I filmed everything on this trip on a cell phone. So the sound and the quality and the finger every once in a while it's in front of the lens, that's because it's a cell phone. Now you're going to see a few numbers here. Now I don't have one of them sheets with me, so I can't explain this stuff. I wish I could. See all these pulleys here. Everything was operated by pulleys and water power. She just didn't have enough water power today to get the mill turning. But this is an active mill. They still grind and they still sell product down here. As a matter of fact, we bought some pancake mix. Like to support these places when I go to them. There was no admission here, so buying a little product just seemed like the right thing to do. If everybody did that, they'd make out all right. This is the upper floor, and I guess you'd call this the attic. You can see all the pulleys run up here. Spare parts up here. Now the property itself consists of about 200 acres. It's not huge, but very nice. In the summer, you'll find it pretty busy here on the weekends. A lot of things going on. Could be a car show. It's hard to say what would be going on. But this time of year, this is September. You never know what you're going to get for weather. but it's not that busy. A lot of people that were there, like the wedding and the artists out there, they don't actually go through the mill. They've already been in here. A lot of spare parts up here. Is that the stalker? That little picnic, nothing elaborate. Had a tasty ham sandwich and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Stalker won't eat those. Old Ben will though. Well, after that, you got to make a potty stop here at the potty. Nice, not bad, clean, nice place. But it's time we moseyed on. Leave Bonny Mill. I love this drive. Nice drive. Now this is country driving. I'll get back closer to home. We got a couple stops to make yet today. Yeah, sun pops back out. Get on the highway. Well, sports fans, what'd you think of Bonnyville? Huh? Bonnyville Mill. If you're in the area of Bristol, Indiana, I suggest you take it on. Why not? If you go in the fall, you're going to get the pretty colors of the trees and so forth. It'll be a good time to go. But if you want a tour and really want to get inside the place and take a look around, I'm going to suggest that you go on a weekend. Yeah. There's got to be a few more people around, kind of lingering around there on the weekend, but that'd be the best time to go. Now, I did a video on Bristol, Indiana, and I'm going to link that to you. I'm going to put that right up here, you'll see it. And you can go look at that video if you want to. That'll give you an idea about Bristol. Small town in Indiana. But the mill has quite a history. And I hope you enjoyed the trip. I certainly did. Had a very good lunch. Got a little cold. Sun is like you see right now, but no sooner put the lunch out and a big cloud started coming rolling in and covered us for a while, and when it did, it got a little breezy too. It got so chilly, but it's all right now, not bad. So folks, as always, old Ben's gonna head on down the road and I'm gonna take you with me. In the meantime, I'll see you. Well, one of those stops you gotta make every once in a while. This is a laundromat. Seems our new washer and dryer, our new washer anyway, only a few months old. Just past the warranty date, of course, by a month or two. It broke down. Well, our third stop of the day would be the nursing home. Got an old gentleman here, a friend of mine, in his 90s, and just got admitted here to the nursing home. So I thought I'd better stop and visit him.
Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. There's a beautiful country out there to see. Relax in your seat and turn on your TV. Sights and sounds will fill your video screen. Historic sights such as just scenery. Small town parks and festivities. No high price gas or anxiety. All of this from me to you I'll share.